Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. We are back to the weeklies. Taking a break from the monthlies and going back to the weeklies. Here we are, Sag, my fire family. How you doing? I've got a short stack of oracles here that we are looking at today. And we are going to look at these oracles first. We'll throw them down, get some information, and then we will pick up the tarot. Throw the tarot at it, see what's coming up for you in the week ahead. Sag, that's how I read. Now, if you're my ride or die, you already know that, right? That I'm always reading for the week ahead. But if you're brand new, welcome, first of all. And that's how I read. So whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate then. I've already had people in the comments saying, look, when you put this reading on, I didn't think this was about me at all. I just clicked on the X. And then I remembered this reading after what happened this week. And, you know, so we're not all at the same place in our life at the same time. So this could resonate at a later date. But my intention is that this is for those of you who might be on this path going into the week ahead. Let's find out what's going on for you. Oh, hang around if you want to know about the extension. There will be an extension to this reading, and it's in the membership area. I will tell you how to get to the membership area by the end of this reading. Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got let spirit be your guide. So you're being guided out of a hard place or a harsh place. Card number 32 is a 5. And it feels like with this hawk spirit, I want to say that right now you're probably in a place where you're looking forward and, you know, eyes like a hawk, right? We've heard that said because hawks can see their prey from miles in the air. And so I feel like you do see something in the distance here that I feel is a better place or a better energy or a better time in the future here. I think you've already got your eye on it. I feel like Spirit is giving you synchronicities and this let Spirit be your guide. I feel like Spirit is your guide, like getting you to look forward, see that thing in the distance, look at your goal, keep your eye on the prize. I feel like this is, so for those of you who have been in a rough cycle here, I feel like you should keep your eye on the prize. Spirit is trying to get you to do that. Let's go here. Let's get more information for you, Sagittarius. Let Spirit be your guide. Spirit's about to show you something that is in the future here that's going to bring you out of a hard place. Look at this. Staying focused. And we got eyes like a hawk, right? Let Spirit be your guide. So staying focused. So yeah, hold the course. I'm going to say, look, I feel like you are this close, like this close away from stepping out of some really hard stuff, whether that is a thought pattern or a place of work or a relationship, but it feels like this hold your course because Spirit is trying to show you something that is going to be showing up for you in the future. It could be in the week ahead. You're being asked to hold your course here, staying focused. This person's got a telescope trying to get a closer look at what is in the future. And I was just saying with this eyes like a hawk here, let Spirit be your guide, that there is something that you already are seeing in the future. Tell me more about Sagittarius, please. Tell me about Sagittarius. We've got the heart chakra. Well, interesting. So I feel like whatever's coming up is going to make your heart happy. It's going to give you emotional stability, I feel, because card number 4. And then we have the heart chakra. Heart chakra is all about what we feel, right? And so I feel like somebody here, maybe your heart chakra is going to pop open. It feels like something is going to make you feel emotionally stable or happy, I'm going to say. Make you feel like you are okay, there it is. This hard cycle was worth it here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Bat Spirit. Again, we have another 5. Look, we have card number 32, which is a 5, and then we have the Bat Spirit, which is 5. And for me, when I see more than one 5 in a reading, it's because quick change is coming. So I feel like for some of you, this change is coming in the week ahead. Look at the Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. You are definitely getting out of that hard cycle. This is also Hierophant energy, right? The 5 is also Hierophant energy. So we could be talking about you finally coming out of the, let's say the back end of something that you've been walking in for quite some time, because the Hierophant is slow energy, but it is, you know, the Hierophant is digging their heels in, kind of stubborn. I want to do everything right the first time so I don't have to go back and repeat. And so I feel like somebody here is a rebirth is assured, but it's going to be a slow go of it. Bottom of the deck, here we have you are a beacon for others. You're a wise leader. And I was just talking about the Hierophant, right? So Hierophant is number 5, and I feel like you are coming to this new cycle where whatever you learned in the hard cycle, whatever you learned in the cycle of 5, I feel is making you this wise leader, that you are going to have this energy information, whatever it is, wisdom, that you're going to be able to share with others. You're going to be a beacon for others. This person's got fire, right? They're holding fire here. So I feel like that is you. I feel like it's your fire. And the bottom of the deck here, well, look, it's all leading to the same place. It is rebirth, transformation, and you're going to be a beacon for others. So I feel like whatever hardship you've been going through has been raising you up or pushing you forward to some sort of new cycle here that is going to be a place where your heart finally feels good. You feel like you're in a good place. You feel like things are calm. It feels like almost like a clearing of karma to me is what it feels like. Let's look at some tarot for you. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. Tell me about Sag, please. Sag, I feel like you're in transition right now, and I feel like the week ahead is where the rebirth happens. So where the old cycle is done and you move into this place of the Hierophant energy. You might have a Taurus placement. You don't have to, of course. You might have a Scorpio placement, maybe. Those are 2 fixed signs that are pretty tough. Pretty tough, and have gone through a lot of hardship in their lives to get to where they are. Tell me more about Sag, please. We've got, look, now we've got synchronicities going on. We're talking about the Hierophant, and the Hierophant shows up. Now we've got 3 5s, 5 5 5. Something is changing. Something is changing pretty quickly for you in the week ahead. Tell me what we need to know. The Tower is in the reverse. Look, when the Tower shows up in the reverse for me as a reader, it's a warning. It's shots fired. It's a warning shot in the air. It's like, you guys need to take notice. Something is about to show up here. It feels like there is some sort of a shakedown or shift of energy, a surprise or a shocking change of events that are about to unfold here for you in the week ahead. We've got the Page of Wands. It might include some sort of a messenger or a message that might come in via text or via email. For me, when I look at wands, it's quick moving energy, so it's texting or email. But we have the Page of Wands, and so I feel like it's exciting news. Like, I feel like something is going to change, completely change, like this unfolding here. But it is going to come with a Tower, friend. So I feel like you have reached this pinnacle of this Hierophant energy where you've learned some sort of lesson enough that you can teach it. And now it's time for something to change. Tell me about the Tower. Got the 5 of Swords. You're fighting it. You can't fight the Tower, Sag. I know that you think you can. Because, look, I haven't met a Sag who wouldn't take on a Tower. And we have the Ace of Pentacles here. It is something really good. What is showing up in the future for you is really good. So I'm going to say, hang on. It might be a bit of a white knuckle ride coming through this Tower. But I feel like the Tower is showing up for you. If it doesn't show up for you in the week ahead, because I am reading for the week ahead and the warning shots being fired in the week ahead, it might be the week after that things begin to fall apart or change. So around the new moon, it makes sense, right? Because if we are entering a new cycle, that means the old cycle needs to go away. We have no use for it anymore. So it does feel like something is about to switch up for you. So we do have the 4 of Pentacles. I feel as though with this faith energy, it feels like with this Hierophant energy that it's taken you a really long time to get to this place of change. And I feel like with it comes wisdom, but I feel like you are holding all of that wisdom close to yourself or holding back. I feel like what you don't want to do is sort of put it all out there. It feels like right now you're still sort of a little bit unsure about yourself. And so I feel like it's because you feel this big change is coming. I really feel like after the change comes, the transformation shows up, people are automatically going to see you as the spiritual teacher. That you are going to have something to say and people should listen because you've come through a really hard time. So we do have the Ace of Pentacles. There is a new beginning that is materializing in the 3D world. And I think that it comes with some sort of messenger or a message, some sort of exciting new path that you'll be entering into here. I feel like, yeah, the Five of Swords is telling me that you are fighting change, but you can't. We've got the 3 fives and we've got the Tower. There's no way you're going to keep the Tower on its feet. It's got to go. The illusion you've built about who you thought you were has got to go. But your advice here is to stay focused, right? Tell me more about Sag. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the 8 of Wands. See, the Tower is coming to actually release you, is what it is. It's coming here to break down this 4 of Pentacles, this place where you're kind of holding back, you're unsure. I don't know if I want to let people see the new Sag or experience the new Sag, who I think is the Hierophant. I think you're somebody who's not necessarily moving slow, but moving a little slower, someone who's a lot more structured, someone who has some wisdom, someone who's now listening to their source or the higher self. Source is the higher self. It feels like the Tower is going to fall to release you, because it's like the 8 of Wands is the slingshot. That's Sagittarius energy, right? It's a slingshot. It's like it's making you or building you the final pieces of putty or the final pieces of clay that you're putting on to, finish up. It's like finishing up the statue, finishing up who you are, finishing up the carving here. We have the 10 of Cups, sorry. And we have the Hermit energy. We have the 10 of Swords. So it's bittersweet. It's good. I got the good news, I got the bad news. What do you want first, Sag? Well, the good news is, I'll give you that first. The good news is this. You are about to embark on some sort of new chapter in your life. And it's unfolding at this time. As I drop these cards, it's already beginning to unfold. When it comes to the place of the Tower, when things start falling apart, and I'll tell you that when you move levels, when you level up to be the Hierophant, when you level up in your life, and you become this wise leader, you're always going to have naysayers. You're going to have people who think you're full of it. They think you're full of bunk, right? And unfortunately, you're going to have people who fall away. So there's going to be friendships that will break. People in your family are no longer going to talk to you. So many people I know that left the religious life to be spiritual, and their families really no longer speak with them. And that's not for all families who are religious, who have spiritual members who break away from religion. But I feel like it feels like that sort of, I'm using that as a metaphor, understand? I'm not using that as a complete telling you that it's an absolute. I'm just using that as a metaphor. So I feel like after the Tower falls, and I feel like after you feel like you're in the pocket of the slingshot right now, being held back and you're about to go, I feel like it plops you right in the middle of your 10 of Cups. I feel like you've been fighting the Tower all along, because I feel like you're waiting for people to catch up, or maybe you're waiting for yourself to catch up. It's what's coming to my mind's eye is somebody who's lost like a lot of weight, and it takes a while for your brain to understand what you're looking at in the mirror. And if you've lost a lot of weight, you know what I mean. And I feel like your brain is trying to catch up to who you really are. Because understand, like we don't become who we are. We actually remember who we are. And I feel like you're remembering who you are. You're the wise leader. And it just reminds me of Queen of Wands energy, right? That's what this reminds me of. She's holding a wand. Queen of Wands energy, which is the person who, the reason they're sitting on the throne is because they've been forged through fire. And the fire is everything that has come to kill you, but only made you stronger. And so it does feel like you end up being this wise leader, but it also feels like there is hermit energy. You go into this energy here in order to be able to I don't know, look over yourself one last time before you leave this cycle, before you leave this chapter, moving into this new chapter of your life here. I feel like you end up getting some sort of exciting news that materializes, that causes a lot of happiness, and you're really happy that you have been in the Hermit energy. I believe this is like a clearing of karma, or you're getting this happiness as a reward for coming through this sort of dark night of the soul, right? The Hermit spends a lot of time in the dark. That's why this healing light has been afforded to this person, so they can find their way in the dark. So let's talk a little bit more. We got the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which tells me this is the bad news is it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be painful. People are gonna drop away. The tower's gonna fall. Things are going to implode, and things are going to change in your life. It's not gonna be the same as it always was. Tell me about what to expect from this tower for Sagittarius, please. We've got the High Priestess. It's going to bring you to a clarity of your intuition. We've got the Seven of Cups. And we've got the Knight of Cups. This is going to be an overwhelmingly emotional tower for you. It feels like it's taken you a long time to get here. The Knight of Cups is the passive knight, but I feel like you've been very careful with yourself and how you've been treating yourself. I feel like you now believe in yourself. It feels like you are, it's like you're just at the precipice of this rebirth here, which I do believe happens at the end of the week next week, where everything does finally change, unfold, transform. And I feel like it's going to be a little bit rocky. I'm just going to say, you'll know when the tower's in town, because things going to start not working out for you. That dinner plans that you had, that person's going to be a no-show, or they're not going to show up, or they're going to cancel at the last second, or you have a friend that you have an argument or a fight with, and it's going to be a fallout, and it's going to be a permanent fallout. And I feel like when the tower shows up, it's, you start to really notice its influence, because things around you begin to fall apart. And that's an indication that you're ready to go to the next level or the next cycle, because your old cycle begins to fall apart. Tell me about this Five of Swords, because I feel like you put a lot of time, effort, and energy into holding off the tower. And look what's on the other side of the tower, the Ten of Cups. It's really beautiful. Tell me about the Five of Swords. It feels like you're going to be going through arguments, fights, and sharp words, friend. We do have the Queen of Swords. Look, I feel like with Temperance here, this isn't something that you can avoid. The universe is throwing the Temperance and the Tower at you at the same time. And so this, to me, is a soft tower on your end, but a hard tower on other people's end, because you're standing up as the Queen of Swords. You're here to give them the truth. And look, truth is not a popular thing, but the truth doesn't really care if you like it or not. The truth is the truth. And I feel like you're going to be speaking your truth in the week ahead, which is actually going to coincide with this tower falling. It feels like you are going to get some sort of perspective. And the perspective is, if I don't move forward, I'm going to keep myself stuck, and I'm not going to do that to me. I feel like with Temperance here, it is a moment of alchemy where you just stand up and you liberate yourself from a situation, and it feels like this afterwards. It feels like you stand up, and I'm picturing, I don't know why, I've never pictured this before, but maybe Charlie's letting me know that, I feel the Queen of Swords is encased in stone, is what I'm looking at, sitting on a throne encased in stone. And when she finally stands up, all of the concrete starts to break away from her, and it feels like you've been held down by maybe a group of people, or a job you hated, or a mindset, because the Queen of Swords is all about the mind. It could be the way you were thinking. Maybe it was a block that you had set up for yourself. But it feels like you have a new perspective, and when you have the new perspective, you finally liberate yourself. You stand up, and maybe to others, but maybe to yourself. Maybe you're being honest with yourself finally. And Temperance tells me it can't be avoided. It's the moment of alchemy. It's the perfect time and the only time for all of this to go down. I feel like it's going to be a little bit hard, but I feel like it's going to be worth it. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords is in the reverse. You're making some really hard decisions. We're going to go into the extended, and we're going to look at what this is. I've been taking these cards off the bottom of the deck here. So we've got transformation is going to cause some heartache and loss. I'm just not even going to be not going to lie to you at all, but look where it's bringing you, into some sort of spiritual union. And so I feel like this spiritual union is telling me that the people that are now in your life, this could for some of you be romantic, and we'll clarify that as we get into the extended. But for some of you, this could be you were being prepared for a spiritual union, but I really think this is platonic. I think for some of you that you're only going to be giving your energy to those people who are in the same energy as you, who you know you can trust. And I feel like all the others are going to fall away. So we are going to go into the extended. If you would like to join us there, there is a link at the very top of all of these comments there. It's a pinned link. It's right below the video. And there is a link there that says, join us in the membership area. Please click on that link if you'd like to join us in the membership area for the extendeds. Every extended that I do, that's where it ends up, in the membership area. And also, if you're interested in a private reading, the private reading links are there, links for Hypsee. If you'd like to go there, look at my pricing. I'm reading live. I'm also reading in pre-recorded readings. And I've just added a new package, which is a lightning quick read. No backstory, just your question. I will read for you 10 minutes or less and give you a quick answer. It's quite reasonably priced. If you want to go over there and look at my pricing, please do that. For the rest of you, if this is where we break apart here, well, I guess I'll see you next week, because I'll be back if you're back. Thanks so much for coming here and watching. Appreciate you guys. And for those of you who are my members, see you in a moment. Take care. Bye-bye.